is your PPW High Voltage main event of the evening and is for the PPW Heavyweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening, months in the making, finally culminating tonight in your high voltage main event of the evening. Introducing first, the challenger. In the corner to my left, he weighed in this morning at 292 pounds, comes to us from the Isle of Samoa. He is the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe! His opponent, in the corner to my right, accompanied to the ring by Mr. Azim. He weighed in this morning at 302 pounds, also hailing from the Isle of Samoa. He is our reigning and defending PPW Heavyweight Champion, the Samoan Storm, Alpha Jr.
Folks, what you're witnessing right now is one of the biggest matchups in PPW history. That's not hyperbole. Samoa Joe on the verge of immortality, one of his last appearances here on the independent wrestling scene, going for the PPW Heavyweight Championship against the Samoan Storm. It's a Samoan submission machine versus a Samoan Storm. Get your drinks down. I hope your bathroom breaks have already been had, because you're not going to want to miss a minute of this matchup. The stakes have never been higher. Off of playing some games here with Samoa Joe. Sizing each other up here. Very evenly matched opponents. Physically, experience-wise, both men have wrestled across the world. Both men on paper are equal matches. This one is going to go down to tooth and nail, down to the nitty-gritty. Two massive men squaring each other up. They lock up, call it an elbow tie-up. Samoa Joe applies the wrist lock, trying to wear down Alpha, the PPW Heavyweight Champion. Paul Bo, these two men, these two behemoths are just sizing each other up.
Main event time here, EJ. High voltage main event. Samoa Joe, he's WWE bound. Alpha Jr., he has been there. He's been all around the world, wrestled all around the world. He's done it all. This match was months in the making, finally culminating tonight here at PPW Point Break.
Absolutely. I mean, two men representing the proud heritage of Samoa. Two men who have, as you said, and I said earlier, both wrestle all across the world, who have held belts all across the world.
Absolutely.
Going toe-to-toe or head-to-head would be more appropriate.
Tell you what, Samoa Joe looks in great shape. He's dropped probably 50 pounds since leaving TNA on his way to WWE. The guy's in great shape.
Absolutely. Last time we saw him in live action at TNA, he was suffering from an injury. It was right before he went out on medical leave, and he has made 100% recovery here.
Absolutely. Me and you were in attendance for that, you and I. I think you got yelled at by Bully Ray that night.
Absolutely. Look at that vicious chop from Alpha Jr.
As the evil scowl starts to appear on Alpha's face.
Tell you what, you're not going to see anything fancy in this matchup. Whoever wins, they're still going to have to be peeled off this mat, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, Joe with a left, Joe with a right.
There's that patented style of Samoa Joe. He was one of the first wrestlers to cross the MMA style into professional wrestling, really popularize that. He's definitely a trailblazer in professional wrestling.
Not to cut you off, EJ, but a knife-edge chop by Alpha. Those Samoans know how to chop.
Absolutely. I mean, what I want to see is a battle of headbutts.
Oh, a rake of his back.
Alpha just driving that shoulder like a battering ram into the solar plexus of Samoa Joe. Yo, Paul Ball, there's no way Samoa Joe underestimated Alpha Jr. in this. He is prepared 100%, and look, just like that, reverse on the Irish whip. I'll tell you what, for a guy who's pushing 300 pounds, he can get up off his feet like that. It's unbelievable. It's awe-inspiring.
Absolutely. I've seen guys 150 pounds that can't get up that high.
As the action pours to the outside, Samoa Joe better stay far away from Mr. Azim.
So Samoa Joe will eat Mr. Azim for breakfast.
But he better not turn his back on him, is what I should have said, which he's doing right now. Samoa Joe with those vicious jabs. I mean, they're quick, fast punches, but they still have a tremendous amount of power behind them.
292 pounds behind them. I'll tell you what, he's going after Mr. Azim. Look out if he catches him.
Mr. Azim wants nothing to do with it. He's not the type of guy to fight you one-on-one.
Oh.
And look at that, lured lured Samoa Joe right into Alpha's trap.
Mr. Azim, he did what he got to do. He chased him. He got chased around the ring, led him right to Alpha. Oh!
And look at that big knife edge chop to the former Ring of Honor TNA World and TNA World Heavyweight Champion, a record-setting title holder in Ring of Honor when the competition there was at its stiffest.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw those chops right in front of birthday girl Allison Berlanda there in the front row.
A lot of
celebrating
birthdays
her
here
21st birthday.
I'm sure she'll have some fun tonight. And look at this, they're battling it out. And Alpha finally gets a taste of his own medicine as he gets face planted right into that steel chair.
Serves him right for what happened to Stevie
Oh
Shields
no,
last week.
we've seen this before, Paul Bo. This is Samoa Joe. Full steam ahead. Drives the boot right into the face of Alpha. Patented maneuver from the Samoan submission machine.
Our head of security, Character Ed, is right there in front though, thank God.
Absolutely, things might just get out of control if he wasn't there.
Thank God he's there.
Samoa Joe really taking it. I've never seen Alpha manhandled like this.
Samoa Joe's taking it to him. For once, I can say in Alpha's title reign, he's looking human, should I say, because he's like a wrecking ball.
Heavy knees. Quick jab from Samoa Joe. European uppercut. He has Alpha Jr. reeling, but just like that, the quickness. He is like, I've said it before, he's like a bear out in the woods. Huge, huge body mass, but his quickness defies his size.
Both of these guys are actually true heavyweights, EJ. A lot of times we say it's a heavyweight contest, but both men over 300 pounds, both can move and groove and get down. They can do it all, like the great Captain Lou Albano used to say. They can suplex from their knees.
Oh my God! Paul Ball, I think I'm eating my words. I've never seen Samoa Joe manhandled like this either.
He's checking his teeth there, and that's probably a good idea. Alpha working on the trapezius area there, EJ.
Absolutely, yes, that hold just digging in. Might not get the submission from a move like that, but it's definitely wearing down Samoa Joe.
And actually also, EJ, with 300 pounds right on top of him there, it's easier to wear him down like that. Alpha, look at the distorted look
he is enjoying
on the face of Alpha. Sinister.
He's not... Some competitors enjoy winning. This man enjoys inflicting pain on his opponents.
Thus does his counterpart Havoc.
Absolutely, they are cut from the same cloth. Samoa Joe struggling to get back to the vertical base, fighting out with those back elbows. Alpha Jr. on the defensive again. Samoa Joe back to life, off the ropes and taken down again. Oh, that's getting hit like getting hit by a Mack truck.
Absolutely. Oh, and there's your headbutt, EJ.
But I mean, doesn't it cancel each other out? A Samoan on Samoan headbutt?
It must be.
Here we go. Alpha Jr. has Samoa Joe up against the ropes, not a good position. Samoan submission machine, and now the bladed choke on the middle rope. Alpha Junior just rocking 300 pounds on the back of the neck.
And that never could feel good, EJ.
Samoa Joe needs to change his strategy. Tell you what.
Oh, and look at Mr. Azim.
You know, that's what I was saying. You have to have eyes in the back of your head when it comes to that pint-sized. What do you call them? Sawed off at the knee, pint-sized.
Dwarf.
And going right back to that firm hold on the trapezius area. Is that correct,
That is correct, the trapezius area. I know my anatomy. Medical student for 2 years. Then I dropped out. We won't talk about that, though.
Tell you what, Samoa Joe in a bad position here. Alpha Junior has it scouted out perfect.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting really nervous about it, EJ. He's really wearing out Samoa Joe.
And he's keeping the match at his pace. He is in control. There's no other way to describe it. He is controlling everything that goes on in that ring right now.
Absolutely.
And that's just the way he likes it. That is the way he was taught since he was a kid to wrestle, to just dominate.
Joe's trying to shake him off. He can't seem to shake the cobwebs.
Absolutely. He's seeing stars right now. He's almost out on his feet. And there's, again, the blade and choke in the corner. Miniker will have none of that after the 5 count.
Joe's rolling out to the ring, trying to buy himself some time. Violently veteran move right
And there's
there.
Azim.
Come
on.
He probably thinks, oh, he got him. He nailed him. He headbutted him.
A big
Down
headbutt.
goes Azim.
But he's paying for it now as he turned his back on Alpha Junior and Alpha is back on the offensive. And there's a headbutt of his own. I'll tell you what, this crowd is firmly behind Samoa Joe. It's absolutely electric in here right now.
Alpha with his feet on the rope.
And again, Miniker caught it. He is on his A game tonight.
That's why he is the senior official.
You know, it's only fitting that he referees this match, one of the biggest contests of PPW history.
Daniel Marsh, escorted out of the ring before, carried out. Josh Meinecker getting the main event, rightfully deserved.
And there is the opening that Samoa Joe has been looking for. Just a simple sidestep. Perhaps Alpha Junior got overconfident.
I think he might have, EJ.
And
both men are out.
This has come to a stalemate here. Samoan versus Samoan. The Samoan submission machine versus the Samoan Storm. The warlord of the Samoan dynasty, Alpha Junior. What a matchup we're seeing here. Both these men just pounded each other into oblivion.
Listen to this crowd, EJ. Listen to the crowd. Another right by Joe.
This is what pro wrestling's all about, folks, as Samoa Joe unloads on Alpha Junior. Championship in his sights. Alpha off the ropes. Catches Samoa Joe with a big kick. Samoa Joe, reverse atomic drop. Off the ropes, big boot. He is back in this one. Alpha Junior.
I thought we were ready to say we had a new champ, EJ.
Barely kicks out. Joe fights out of the corner with a big boot. Crowd is going nuts. Oh my God, what does he have in mind here, Bobo? See, now most men, after taking 3 headbutts from Alpha Junior, they'd be knocked out, cold.
EJ, call
No, my God!
I think the ring just moved 2 feet.
Absolutely. Samoa Joe gets out of the way.
Sleeper hold. Good night, Irene. This could be it. Into a submission hold. Bare naked choke. I think he's going to tap.
On the mat.
I think he's going to tap,
This
EJ.
is it. I think we have a new PPW champion.
I think he's going to
This
tap.
is all. He's miles away from the ring. He might as well be 6
Azim's
miles
down on his
away.
feet. I think we have a new champion right here.
There's nowhere for Alpha to go. This is history in the making here, folks.
He has it locked in pretty good, EJ, as you can see. He has it locked in. There's nowhere to go. He's miles away from the ropes, as you said. Josh is checking his arm to check his life.
He's trying to just choke out the monster of offense. What is that? What is that?
What is this Teletubby?
What are you doing?
Oh, you jerk.
Get out of here. This is a disgrace. Folks, I don't know what the meaning of this is. Trying to see if I can listen. And I think
Commissioner Ryan Race has just informed me that the time limit has expired in this contest. Still, your world champion.
Time limit?
Alpha Junior.
There haven't been time limits for 15 years. What is this? There haven't been time limits in over a decade, Ryan Race. This is just sickening. Once again, Ryan Race ruins another classic. And look at this havoc, trying to take out Samoa Joe. He came out in flip-flops. I don't know what's wrong with him. Samoa Joe setting up for the Muscle Buster. There it goes. Folks, Samoa Joe was moments away